Welcome back to F1 Blogs, everyone ready for another deep dive
Oh, yeah.
into some massive Formula One news.
Huge.
It's got the entire motorsport world buzzing right now.
Definitely buzzing.
We are talking about General Motors,
Big one.
Cadillac, and a potential shakeup of the 2026 Formula One grid.
Yeah.
To help us unpack this,
Not every day we see an American brand.
we've got two fresh articles hot off the press
Like Cadillac.
from the Spanish sports outlets AS.com and Octiario.com,
Throwing their hat into the Formula One ring.
both of whom broke the news.
This is a big deal.
So buckle up, because we're about to explore what this means for the future of Formula One.
Absolutely. We're going to break down exactly why.
So
First thing that jumps out from these articles
lay it on me.
is the confirmation that Formula One will have 11 teams
11.
on the grid starting in 2026.
Wow.
That's right. 11.
That's a lot.
Meaning we're talking about a 22-car grid.
Oh, wow.
A first in the modern era of the sport.
Okay, so we knew there were rumors swirling about General Motors wanting a piece of the F1 pie.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's official.
They're in.
They are in, and they're coming in with the Cadillac brand.
Coming in with Cadillac.
What's interesting is that this wasn't their first attempt at entering the sport.
You're right, there's a backstory here.
Oh, there is?
Remember Michael Andretti's very public bid to launch a team back in 2024?
Oh, yeah.
That bid ultimately got rejected.
Yeah, it did.
This new deal with General Motors seems to have inherited some aspects of Andretti's initial project.
Interesting.
But there's a key difference.
Okay.
It's being spearheaded by businessman Dan Turris, not Andretti himself.
And the article suggests that this change in leadership, coupled with the weight of the Cadillac brand, might have been the deciding factor in getting this deal through.
It seems like it.
It seems Liberty Media
The folks who own Formula One.
were much more receptive to this proposal compared to Andretti's solo effort.
Yeah, makes you wonder.
Makes you wonder.
If maybe there were concerns about Andretti's ability to secure the funding.
Yeah.
Or build a competitive team from scratch.
Right.
Bringing in General Motors, a giant in the automotive world, changes the whole equation.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the American angle here.
Big one.
Liberty Media has been very vocal about wanting to expand F1's footprint in the United States.
For sure.
Having a major American manufacturer like General Motors
It's massive.
join the grid is a huge win for them.
It's a strategic move that could pay off big time.
I bet.
Imagine the marketing potential,
Oh, yeah.
the increase in viewership, the sponsorship opportunities.
Huge.
It all adds up to a more lucrative and globally recognized F1.
I can see it now.
And the articles even mention that FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem was a strong advocate for this deal, suggesting widespread support for this new venture.
It definitely seems like everyone involved sees this as a positive development.
Definitely.
But what's really interesting is that General Motors isn't just content with fielding a team. They've also got their sights set on becoming an engine supplier down the line.
Yeah, and that adds another layer of intrigue to this whole situation.
For sure.
It's not just about adding another team to the grid, it's about potentially changing the balance of power in the engine department as well.
Makes you wonder.
You have to wonder how this will impact the existing engine manufacturers.
Yeah.
Like Mercedes, Ferrari, Renault.
Big names.
Yeah.
It's almost like a domino effect.
It is.
One major change, like Cadillac joining the grid, has the potential to trigger a cascade of other shifts and adjustments within the sport.
Precisely. And it speaks to the fact that Formula One is in a constant state of evolution.
It is.
It's a dynamic sport that's always looking for ways to grow and innovate.
For sure.
F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali even said as much, viewing Cadillac's entry as a clear sign of the sport's continued growth and transformation.
Wow. So we've got Cadillac joining the grid, a potential engine program in the works, and a whole lot of speculation about what this means for the future of Formula One.
A whole lot.
But what about the impact on the existing teams and the championship battles?
Ooh, good question.
That's what we'll explore next.
Let's get into it. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How will Cadillac's entry impact the existing pecking order in Formula One?
Right. It's not like they're just going to waltz in and start winning races immediately.
No.
Formula One is a technologically advanced sport.
It is.
With a steep learning curve.
Very steep.
Just look at some of the recent newcomers.
Yeah.
It's taken them a while to become truly competitive.
Absolutely. There are so many factors at play.
Like what?
From designing and building a competitive car to attracting top engineering talent.
Right.
And developing effective race strategies.
The whole other ballgame.
But on the flip side,
Yeah.
this could inject some fresh energy and unpredictability into the championship battles.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I get that a new team can shake things up a bit, but wouldn't a larger grid also potentially dilute the talent pool?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Instead of having the best drivers concentrated across 10 teams, they're now spread across 11.
That's a valid point. The talent pool does become more dispersed,
Right.
but it also creates opportunities for up-and-coming drivers
Okay.
who might not have had a chance before.
I see.
And let's not forget, Cadillac has deep pockets.
That's true.
They could potentially lure some big names away from existing teams.
Oh, wow.
Which would definitely shift the balance of power.
I hadn't considered that angle. It'll be fascinating to see what kind of driver lineup they put together.
Yeah.
Speaking of shaking things up, Cadillac is known for producing luxury vehicles.
Yeah.
Do you think that brand image will translate well into the high-octane world of Formula One?
That's a great question, and it's something the articles touch on.
Really?
Will they try to maintain that image of luxury and sophistication, or will they go for something edgier and more aggressive to appeal to the F1 fan base?
It's hard to picture a Cadillac with like a giant chrome grille hurtling around Monaco, right?
Right. There's a bit of a clash there, visually at least. But maybe they'll surprise us.
Maybe.
This could be an opportunity for Cadillac to reinvent their image, to show the world that they can be both luxurious and high-performing.
I like that. It'll be interesting to see how they market themselves to fans.
For sure.
Will they target existing F1 enthusiasts, or are they looking to attract a whole new audience who might not have been interested in this sport before?
I think they'll likely try to do both.
Okay.
They'll want to tap into that existing F1 fan base.
Yeah.
But they'll also see this as a chance to expand their reach and appeal to a broader demographic.
I see.
Perhaps those who associate Cadillac with a certain level of prestige and exclusivity.
It makes me think about how other American brands have approached Formula One. Haas, for example, has really embraced that American identity.
Yeah.
Even incorporating the stars and stripes into their livery.
Totally.
And you have Red Bull, which isn't American, but has a very distinct brand identity that revolves around extreme sports and pushing boundaries.
Yeah, for sure.
Cadillac will need to figure out where they fit into that landscape and what kind of message they want to send.
It's all about crafting that team identity.
Exactly.
Will they be known for their elegance, their innovation, their performance, or maybe even a touch of daring?
This is where things get really exciting.
I know, right?
We're on the cusp of a new era in Formula One.
We are.
And Cadillac has the potential to be a major player.
Exactly. There are so many unknowns, so many possibilities.
So many.
And that's what makes this whole situation so captivating. We're not just talking about another team joining the grid.
Right.
We're talking about a potential paradigm shift, a reshaping of the Formula One landscape.
It really feels like we're standing at a crossroads. You know,
I agree.
with Cadillac's entry potentially leading Formula One down a very different path.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about what happens on the track.
Exactly. This move could have ripple effects throughout the entire sport.
Ooh, like what?
From the way teams are structured and financed to how the sport is marketed and consumed by fans worldwide.
We've talked a lot about the potential impact on the competition and Cadillac's brand image. But what about the logistical side of things?
Yeah.
A 22-car grid is uncharted territory in modern F1.
It is.
That has to present some challenges, right?
Absolutely. The articles we've been discussing actually touch on this.
They do.
Think about the practicalities.
Give me an example.
Track space during practice and qualifying sessions.
Okay.
Pit lane capacity.
Makes sense.
Even the starting grid itself.
Wow.
These are all things that will need to be carefully considered and potentially adjusted to accommodate 2 additional cars.
It makes you wonder if this might even lead to changes in the sporting regulations.
It might.
Could we see a revised qualifying format to handle a larger field?
Possibly.
Or maybe even changes to the point system
Could be.
to ensure a more balanced championship battle with 11 teams vying for the title.
Those are definitely possibilities. The FIA, Formula One's governing body, will need to address these logistical and regulatory challenges to ensure a smooth transition to a 22-car grid.
For sure.
It's a complex undertaking, but it's also an exciting opportunity to push the boundaries of the sport.
And let's not forget about the technical side of things.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
The 2026 season will see the introduction of new engine regulations with a greater emphasis on sustainable fuels and hybrid technology.
Right.
How do you think Cadillac will approach this? especially given their stated goal of becoming an engine supplier.
That's a fascinating aspect to consider.
It is.
Will they partner with an existing manufacturer to gain a foothold in the engine department?
Interesting.
Or will they go it alone and try to develop their own power unit from scratch?
Going solo would certainly be a bold move.
Bold, but risky.
But it would also send a strong signal about their commitment and ambition in Formula One. It would be a statement that they're not just here to participate. They're here to compete at the highest level.
Exactly.
And imagine the potential marketing spin-offs.
Oh, yeah, tons.
If Cadillac can develop a successful and innovative engine program, it could have implications for their road car technology as well.
Definitely.
Further blurring the lines between motorsport and the automotive industry.
I love it.
So to recap, we've got Cadillac joining the F1 grid in 2026.
Right.
Expanding the field to a groundbreaking 22 cars.
22.
This signifies a major boost for American involvement in Formula One.
Huge.
Aligning perfectly with Liberty Media's strategic vision for the sport's growth.
Absolutely. And we've discussed the potential ramifications of this move.
Yeah.
From the competitive landscape and Cadillac's brand image to the logistical and technical challenges of accommodating a larger grid and navigating new engine regulations.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
But we've only just scratched the surface.
It's just the beginning.
Cadillac's entry into Formula One is a story that will unfold over the coming years.
It is.
Full of twists, turns, and unexpected developments.
And that's the beauty of it. We're on the precipice of a new chapter in Formula One history.
I love it.
And it's going to be a thrilling ride.
Don't forget to subscribe to F1 Blogs for more in-depth analysis. And remember, this news is at least 20 minutes old.
At least.
But before we sign off, we want to leave you with something to ponder.
Okay.
Given Cadillac's rich history of innovation and their legacy of producing iconic vehicles, what kind of mark do you think they'll leave on Formula One?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Will they become a dominant force? Will they push the boundaries of technology? Will they redefine what it means to be a successful F1 team?
So many questions.
Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, the future of Formula One just got a whole lot more interesting.
Couldn't agree more.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep that passion for Formula One burning bright.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.
See ya.